Oh, I can't see you properly. Just jump down. Ah, there we go. I can see you all. G'day. Oh my God, this is massive. Okay, I'll go back up. I'm probably in trouble. I shouldn't be doing this. Sorry, people up there. How are you? So I grew up in the Argentinian Patagonia. Who knows where that is? Patagonia. Hands up. Oh, okay. Okay, Europe. Yep, good. Northern Europe. Great. All right, we started good. So I grew up in a very small little place. Where you're not allowed to have dreams in small little place. Your life is kind of planned out. Your mom and dad have this, plan for you, and they say, look, you're going to get married, and you're going to have this house over around the corner, and you're going to study what I tell you to. And when I was 8 years old, I told my mom and dad, I'm going to travel the world. And they looked at me and they went, sure. By 17, I landed in Australia. I had an exchange program. It was very difficult. I don't come from, from a background that is affluent, I guess. I come from very humble beginnings, and I landed in Australia at 17. 6 months into my exchange program, I'm at school and I meet this girl, lovely girl. 2 weeks after I meet her, I ask her to get married with me. And she declined. Like, what's up? She goes, you're trying to get a visa to Australia. Oh, like a green card, right? I'm going, no, I really like you. That's what I was thought, there was something going on. And she goes, besides, I got a boyfriend. I went, oh my God, the boyfriend, all right. So hang on, if I get rid of the boyfriend and I get the visa, would you then marry me? Would that be all right? Anyway, I did marry her eventually, and I now have 3 kids. Okay, thank you very much. See you later. Bye. No, I'm back. Okay, so I did marry this gorgeous girl. I got 3 lovely kids. They're actually here. They're looking on the screen somewhere in a hotel. And then, I went back to Argentina, I guess. And I went back, after my exchange program, still armed with this belief that traveling, was a state of mind that I wanted to do. But there wasn't much, resources to do it. So I ended up grabbing a backpack, thumb, and off I went. And I started hitchhiking around Latin America. And I crisscrossed. I did about 40,000 kilometers. I spent a few years doing this. And I learned the art of being resourceful rather than having resources. And it's really important to remember this. Later on, when I became an executive, the concept of having resources becomes actually a crutch. You end up, that you can always tap into it. But being resourceful is very different. And it is very important for innovation. So hitchhiking around, looking around, how do I get, from A to B, and how do I eat? I would, for example, play this trick where I would go into a restaurant and wait for people to get up to pay the bill, and they would always leave food behind, right? They never eat everything, and I would just literally rush in very quickly and stuff whatever was left on the plate before the manager would come out and kick me out, and I would run away, from the manager. And I did this over and over, and people go, oh my God, gross. And I said, well, it's like sharing a meal with a friend that you kind of don't know. They're in there. I don't know. They're kind of like that. But why this story is important? Well, later on when I went back to Australia chasing my lovely wife, I applied for a job at Lonely Planet. If you don't know Lonely Planet, it's a bit like Photos or Frommer's, Let's Go, a travel company that obviously the main product was a printed book, I guess, a guidebook, to help people travel the world. So to me, as a traveler, working for Lonely Planet was like a dream. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe So I applied for this job. I went and told them all these stories. I had none of the skills they were asking for, but I told them all these travel stories of how I ate and how I traveled. And of course, they said, get this kid in and give him a job and figure out what he can do in there. Eventually, I ended up running innovation for Lonely Planet. I worked with some amazing companies. And I had the wonderful privilege of, observing the entire disruption of the publishing industry, I guess, but broader, the media industries from the inside, right? Eventually, after innovation, I ended up running the company, became the executive director, and a few years ago, I left that job, and here I am today to share some stories with you. So, media was, in the late 90s, we've been stable for quite a while. And you might think, what's media got to do with me? Well, the stories that I'm about to share with you apply to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a large business, a small business, if you're an internal team, if you're thinking, if you're an executive in a large corporation or a small one, it doesn't matter where you are. All these stories are basic stories around disruption and innovation and transformation of businesses, right? So I hope you listen up, and I hope I manage to at least suspend your disbelief. Are you ready? Yeah? Ready to go? I need to run again on the crowd. I'll do it later. All right, here we go. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, not the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change. So if there's one thing I want you to walk out of here with, is this. It's all about adaptability. All of it. And when we were, when we were getting hit with all this transformation, we thought that, of course, it was market trends and research and technology and the customer. And all those things are really important, of course. But you can't do anything unless you can adapt to it. And this is the capability that we invest the least in and is the most critical. The most critical. And don't ever forget that adaptability starts with us. We forget this. Businesses are the sum of us. If we decided to build a business right now, all of us, and 3/4 of this room was risk adverse, how do we think this business will behave? In a risk adverse way. It doesn't matter if I'm the CEO and I'm the leader and I put a vision and say we're going to innovate and disrupt. 3/4 of my room doesn't, because it's risk adverse. Adaptability starts with us. If you drive home every day the same way, and grab the same cup of coffee in the same desk, in the same computer, and you do that over and over again, let me break it for you, the future is looking very hard for you, I reckon. I forgot to tell you this, but I come from the future, so you better listen up. What happened to us will happen to you if it hasn't already happened. I can guarantee it. Be careful. Adaptability starts with us. Make sure your children are adaptable. Teach them that. Teach them adaptability. Let me share some stories and see if I can get you going. Set the scene. What's the book on the left? Bible, yeah, Gutenberg Bible. That's the first book ever printed. Apparently the Chinese printed books before, but they didn't get their credit, whatever. Gutenberg. What's the book on the right? Lonely Planet, brand new Lonely Planet book. I'm just going to pause for effect here, see if you guys follow my... Maybe they look a little bit similar? The same? We put this picture in front of the publisher years ago when I was heading innovation. And we said, dude, we just want to tell you that innovation is really difficult in this company because nothing has changed in, wait for it, 5 centuries! 5 centuries of the same thing! Of course, he quickly came up and said, hang on, Gus, I'd like to disagree. We've got chapter ends now in black over there. And we've got bold font. We have pagination. We've come a long way. Human beings, it's taken us 500 years, but we're here. Bold has been developed. Thanks. Oh my God, so good. I wanted to stab myself in the eyeballs with chopsticks and go, oh my God, why am I in this company? Why am I here? Why things don't change? Ah. But here's the important lesson here beyond being fun. Here's the wisdom. I want you to listen up. When you build momentum, right? When you've been doing the same thing over and over again, you build momentum. And momentum is the ally of efficiencies, but the enemy of reinvention. Right? In other words, momentum is efficiently deadly. Once you get started, and once you get moving, and once you've been doing the same thing over and over again, while your customer and your business align, everything is fine. But the moment that your customer changes direction, guess what? That momentum, it's only going to carry you in a way. And you're going to look at the customer and you're going to just go, yeah, see ya, bye. Awesome to have met you for a few years. Now I'm going downhill over here, disappearing and becoming irrelevant. Be very careful with momentum. Be very careful. Hence why I told you this before, be careful if you drive home every day the same way and you get attached to your desk and your fishbowl and your coffee mug and your stuff. Be very careful. That's not very adaptable. Not very adaptable. So here's what happened to us. In the late 90s, we get hit with everything all at once. Remember, the internet starts rising. I still remember in the corridors of Lonely Planet people saying, the internet is a fad. Don't worry about it. It'll pass, right? And me seeing there going, no, please, right? Because, of course, humans look at the past to predict the future. Worst way ever to predict the future, but we look back at the last 500 years, it's been stable, so we go, should be right. That's what we say in Australia. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Big deal. The internet will pass. Who remembers Napster? Yeah? Cool. If you don't remember Napster, Spotify, whatever, the original Spotify. But Sean Parker was the guy that drew the line in the sand for all of us, right? I was quite young, but at that point in time, we were watching what this guy was doing, and he kind of, all of a sudden we clicked, right? The way, a problem that we all still have today, I want to listen to a song and I want to share a song, right? We still got that problem today. He fixed that problem for us. Who remembers cassette tapes? Who actually is young enough, and don't lie to me because I can see you, Who is young enough to skip the cassette tape era and went straight to CDs? Anyone young enough? Hands up. No one? Okay, there's not younglings in the audience. All right, otherwise I was going to just about to share a story with you. So here it is. Let me remind you something that is really important. And I used to tell this story at Lonely Planet's Head of Innovation because it was really important to remind everyone that whatever solution you provide into your customers today, as a business or as internal customers, right? If you're in IT and you've got internal customers, whatever solution you provide to your customers is not as good as what's coming. And this is profound. People forget this concept, but it always gets better. Let me remind you what it was like because you've forgotten. Mom, I want to listen to a song. Guns N' Roses song, Sweet Child of Mine. And I don't have it. All right, let's get in the car and go to the store. Great. We'll drive to the store, get to the store, get out, go in, flick through boxes of cassette tapes, remember? Box, flick, no. Where is the Guns N' Roses section? It's over there. Okay, no worries, flick. Got it. Great, me, go to the front, pay for the song. Remember, you come pay for the song. Hi, how are you? I like to pay for the song. Yeah, cool. No, I don't want the other 15 songs. I just want one. No, you have all of it. No, thank you very much. I'm the customer. I really don't want it. I just want one song. Thank you. Just that one. I don't give a shit what you want. Here's all of it. Okay, no worries. Here's all my money for all the songs that I don't want. But no worries. Great. Thank you very much. I'll take him. Then you go in the car, go home, go to your machine. Remember the machine with the pocket? And this was song 6 on side B. Oh my God, here we go. All right. So, facing me or facing that way? I think it was B facing me. And the spiky bits, where are the spiky bits? The spiky bits are at the bottom, spiky bits up or down? Down, I think, down, in, close, and then, me, play. No. Me, play. No. So you had to listen to every song you didn't want, but anyway, here we go. Me, play. No, me, play. No, got it. And then what? Back! Holy shit. Okay, back. Play, no, beep. And then as you go closer, remember the beep. Play, no, and then you go to the gap, the no sound. And that was the moment that you arrived at the destination that you wanted 3 hours ago to listen to the song. Now you're finally there. By then you didn't want to listen to the stupid song anymore. You're going, screw Guns N' Roses, I don't want to listen to the song. It's crazy. We were under a spell. The music industry has this crazy spell. We thought it was a good solution. It was a terrible solution. And it took Sean Parker to fix it for us. And if you wanted to share a song, what did you need? Double-decker, remember? Yeah, I didn't have a double-decker. Dude, you got a double-decker? Yeah, rad. Wow. Right, double-decker, what else? Blank tape. Frame will come over. I don't want song 8. Which one? 8. Okay, hang on. Play. No. Play. Yeah, play. Line up. Then the other one. And then what did you have to do? Watch, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it sideways for you, just so you remember. Do you remember that? The synchronicity. Was there an engineer sitting there going, dude, make it harder for them? No, but just make it, no. Make them synchronize the shit out of that. It needs to be really hard. Oh my God. Now, beyond being funny, right, and that's the point, the important bit in here is for you to remember that whatever solution you're providing to your customers right now is not as good as what's coming. It's not as good as what's coming. It gets better every time. And you need to go with it. You have to adapt. Right? This is a customer. You know, our customer is like my lovely wife, books. She loves books. She goes end to end. She goes traveling. She reads them. And he's a new customer, right? And the new customer all of a sudden goes, no, I'm not buying books. And at the beginning, of course, we underestimate the customer. So we go, he's a young kid, whatever, he's playing video games on those screens and wasting time. And they're not. On those screens, you know, they're doing homework, ordering food, coding, tweeting, you know, talk to Taylor Swift on Twitter, whatever. They're doing amazing stuff, right, these days. And we knew how to win the shelf game. We spent 40 years playing shelves. But this was a screen game, and we didn't know how to play it. And when the game changed, our momentum was on shelves, and we didn't know how to follow it. Right, so here comes the lessons. Here's your business, it's doing super well, right? And a new entrant comes in and promises more than what you can do. This often happens. This happens all the time. Right? You're doing okay. You're making money. So you're looking at it going, oh, whatever, these guys are crazy. No, they can't do that. That's impossible. And then at the beginning, often they fail. New entrants fail. Right? And we get a little tiny kick. We go, ha, see? I told you. I told you they were going to fail. I was right. And then it's too late and you're in trouble. And they succeed. And you go, no one saw it coming. Really? Really? Again, simple lesson. This happens all the time, guys. When Google Maps comes out, all the companies that printed maps, including our company, we looked at it and Google said, we're going to map the world. And we laughed. We went, what? You're going to map the what? Nah, dude. We've been mapping for decades, hundreds of years. No, it's really hard to map. Let me teach you a lesson. No, we're going to map the world. No, you can't. And then at the beginning, they failed, remember? I won't go into detail, but you do remember there were some, accidents and various bits and pieces going on with the maps not working all that well. So guess what? We went, see? Told you they were going to fail. And then 18 months later, whoosh, they did it, and it was like, oh my God, too late. What are we going to do? Oh, the printed maps. Printed map companies were using GPS to pinpoint